Hi dolls, welcome back to my channel. I literally just got this in the mail, so I was like, let me just sit down, do a YouTube video on this, and I'm so excited right now. This just came from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is a nice little leather compartment. Okay, so I've been really excited for this palette because I've seen lots of swatches on different skin tones. I feel like Anastasia is really good about doing that. Like, she will get a really dark, fair, medium skin person, and so you could see what the colors look like on different skin tones. And here it is. Oh my goodness. The Subculture palette. So this reminds me a lot of the modern Renaissance packaging. So it's really like velvet. No, it's not the word. Like velvet. Soft face. So yeah, this reminds me a lot of the modern Renaissance packaging, which is not really my favorite because I feel like this gets dirty.
Oh my gosh, I
believe these are all new shades as well. So let me close up. I'm just gonna move. It always comes with a little brush. Do you see those shades? I mean, that shimmer right there. There's another shimmer. That one right there has a little green in it. These shades. So I went ahead and did one eye. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the other eye. I'm just gonna jump into the tutorial. The first shade I'm gonna grab is New Wave. And that is a really nice warm shade. So I do see a familiar shade. There is Fudge and I think Dawn. Fudge is a repeat. Fudge has been in many a palettes of Anastasia's. It's that brown right there. It's gorgeous. So I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'm gonna go in with All Star, this like burgundy brown shade. It is freaking gorgeous. Dripping lights, paint the skies, only you. Like, the pigment is so much. Like, oh my goodness. Here, which is Cube, it has like a pink in there. It's a really pretty highlight shade, very different. Then for the pop of color, I'm gonna go in with this green right here. So far, these are super pigmented, really pretty. I'm just gonna take a little bit of Fudge and just blend out this other shade a little bit. Then of course, as always, I'm gonna spray my brush for our shimmery shade. And the one I'm gonna use is this gorgeous one. It's called Electric. It's that shade right there. This is by Tarte. It is called Sex Kitten. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I really love it. It's really, really easy to create a nice wing. Just added a little bit of some Peach Fizz Glow just to kind of highlight. When I say that these are pigmented, I don't know if they redid something in their formula or whatever, because I've always felt like Anastasia shadows are always pigmented, but these are like on another level. Like, literally, I feel like I put a little too much shadow just because the pigment was out of control. So I almost wish that I wouldn't have put so much because I didn't realize like how pigmented this palette was gonna be. So I am gonna be honest, when I first saw this palette on Instagram and just on Snapchat and stuff, I thought these are some random colors just to kind of put together in a palette. Like, it almost didn't make sense to me, to be honest. But now that I'm looking at it and I'm thinking of all the different combos, it makes complete sense. You have a lot of like greens in here. So there's like 1, 2, 3 greens. So you could do a bomb green smoky eye. And even if you want to add some shimmer, this electric shimmer would be nice, or the Adorn. There's also, you could do an all burgundy smoked out eye using like Fudge and All Star. I love that they included the shade in here, Rowdy, because it is not a black, but it is like a really dark purple. So you could really, like the outer corner, you could hecka deepen it up with that shade. The thing about these palettes that come out with these like kind of random colorful shades that most people don't use and stuff is that usually they don't have a good transition shade. And this palette does. It actually has a couple options for transition shades. You have New Wave, which is a really warm orange shade, and then you have Roxy, which is more of like a peachy transition shade or whatever. And then you even have Dawn. Dawn would be a nice one too, which is more of a really neutral. This would be a perfect transition shade if you're more fairer than me, I would say. There's also this one here that's called Edge. It is yellow, so the yellow even blended out with the greens would be really beautiful as a transition shade. If you feel like you have a lot of bomb greens already, then or maybe if green isn't your type of shades that you would use on your eye and you're just like, it's a little much for me, then I would definitely skip on this palette. If you're a really shimmer girl, then there's only 2 in here. And then Cube, which is the highlight shade, but really Electric and Adorn are the only 2 shimmers in here. So if you're all about that shimmer, if you have hecka bronzy shimmers already, then Adorn, I mean, it's really pretty, but it's not like it's a necessity for you. Also, the Electric one is like a yellow, but then it has green in there. It is super, super gorgeous. But again, if you're just gonna base buying a palette on just the one shimmery shade or the other shimmery shade, then it's kind of like, what's the point of that? Fudge has been in other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and so you might already even have this shade. It is just a dark chocolatey shade. Just try to really think like, look, is this worth it for me? Do I have a lot of shades that are already similar? Do I legit wear these shades? Like, or is it just gonna be like a fluke that I'm gonna happen to wear these type of shades? For me, since I'm so into color and I'm so into makeup, this would be a palette that I would gravitate more towards and do lots of looks with. But again, like, I don't mind wearing green shadow to like any random place that I'm going to. I just don't mind that. That's just me. So this palette is a beautiful, it is gorgeous. Bomb.com. Beautiful shades. Anastasia and Norvina work their butt off, and when they come out with their products, like I've said before, they don't play. Like, they are bomb product. They don't just come out with like a product just looks like, oh, it's summer, we need to come out with something. No, you can tell that they have taken months and months and months to really prepare for these products and make sure that they are legit, like bomb.com. I just wanted to mention, a couple of you guys had asked me, how is it that I get PR things in the mail when my YouTube account is very, very small? And I know my YouTube account is really small. I literally started it like a month ago. I actually have an Instagram page, is at RomyGlamBeauty. That is my main account. That is my main platform that I have in the beauty world. It is my Instagram account. So I've been getting PR packages now for years, and so that is how companies have found me, is through my Instagram account. The one tip and advice I would give is, if you're trying to start one, is to be consistent, post only makeup, and make sure that you're posting good quality stuff. If you are really passionate about it, it will show through your page. And just be consistent, because I feel like a lot of companies, what they look at is not necessarily how many followers you have, but they look at how consistent are the posts on here and what kind of quality is this content that they're posting. So go ahead and check out my Instagram page. I do try to post pretty consistent. It is getting harder now that I have a baby. She is 6 months old now, so she's a handful. And so it is a little bit hard to keep up with the posts and stuff, but I try to be as consistent as I can on there. Just look to see if these are shades that you would even work with, because if it's not something that's catches your eye, like if you're not too into greens, then I wouldn't invest in getting this palette. You know what I mean? That's how I feel it should boil down to. Like, is it worth it for me? Is it something I'm really gonna use? If you're more of like a modern Renaissance girl and you're just like, I need some warm reds, I need some bomb burgundies, then I would go for a palette like that. Okay, so I just looked up the details on this palette. So looks like it launches on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website on July 25th, so that's the day that it launches. And then at Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, and Dillard's, it will be on August 1st. And that's online at those stores, on their online websites. And then Sephora, Ulta, Macy's, and Dillard's will have it in store on August 15th. So there you go. And it does not say how much it costs. Again, in the PR package, it didn't say that either. I want to say most of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes go for around $40. So that's what I'm thinking that it is going to be. Again, I'm not completely sure. My overall thoughts on this palette is that it is frickin' bomb.com. It is so pretty. So, so pretty. Necessary? I don't know that it is. It depends on what type of shades you love to use and what type of looks are your jam. So that's what I would base it on before I would run out and grab this palette. If you guys enjoyed this video and my first impressions on the Subculture palette by Anastasia, and I will see you guys in my next video.